What's up, Devils? J-Dog back with another goddamn video. And today's video, man, why the fuck's it so goddamn bright in here? What the fuck is this shit? Extra bright in here today, huh, Devils? Fix that fucking camera, goddammit. Get a shot. Video we're going over today is next one in fucking line. Didn't proofread shit, as always. Well, not always, but most of the time, right? Best death metal album from the 80s. Remember that one, Devils? Fucking hit the 1,000 mark. What I like to see, goddammit. It was 1.2K views 2 weeks ago and 119 goddamn comments. So, let's see what the hell is in here questions-wise, goddammit. Don't remember what the fuck we talked about on this one. But, nonetheless, sometimes the questions and shit give me a reminder. Goddamn, fucking, what's his face? Eric R. put a goddamn book in here, so I can't read all this off, and I see no question marks whatsoever. So I'm going to have to bypass that one. Oh, I think there was some Suffo talk in here. Goat 666 DB is talking about, he said 16 Suffo 5 to 6 times from 2003. How many of you Devils got to see Suffocation pre We're Back? You know what I mean? Put that in the comments. I never did. Had one chance to. I think it was Suffocation with Deicide. I could be wrong about that. But long story short, it was one of the few shows that our dad wouldn't let us go to that night. It was a school night, and definitely was fucking bummed out. It was either with Suffocation with Deicide, maybe it was Suffocation Morbid Angel, but I think it was 98. So fucking missed out. And then so Suffocation would have only been on the last thing, Despise the Sun. J-Dog would have been able to say he saw him pre-breakup, but got fucking butt raped, goddammit. How many of you fucking Devils got to see him pre-breakup? Because that's when only time I got to see him was when We're Back, which was still cool, but not as cool. What the fuck the questions, Devils? I don't see a goddamn single one yet. Holy fuckski, I'm like 20, 25 comments in. There we go. Here's a goddamn question. Pikel, goddamn, it's been a while. Haven't seen you in the comments in a while. Where the fuck you been? I hate dealing with people, especially never happy customers. I remember one time I got a CD from HHB. When I took the CD out, it cracked. God damn, man. Gotta be a little more careful. The CD was so thin, it took only a little pressure to crack it. I didn't email HHB and whine about it. I just bought another copy and was more careful to take the CD out. That's what I like. A fucking real man over there, goddammit. Be curious which CD broke on you, though. I've had ones where they were so tight in the case. I'm trying to think who was an example. It's usually one of those in-place digipack ones. Maybe Behemoth or something. I'm trying to think. I think like a bigger band and a higher pressing thing. And it was like, holy fuck, I can't get this thing out. Well, you thought you were going to break it, but I never actually broke a fucking disc. It actually snapped. But I have had times where I'm thinking, holy shit, this fucker feels like it's going to break. Have you checked out the band? Have you checked out a band named Morbid Cruelty? They are from Chile, not breaking any new ground, but has a very nice Ultras of Madness clone behind it. I highly recommend it. Yeah, I did listen. I think they have 2 albums, right? Am I thinking of Morbid Cruelty, or there's so many Morbids? If it's a band I'm thinking of, think they had 2 albums. It came in through HH. I listened to it. I was thoroughly entertained, but it was like in the middle, like, do I want to own this, buy it? It's kind of like another clone of a clone. King Folly words in the goddamn King Folly interview, which I've yet to fucking post because I'll probably get it up, but technical goddamn difficulties, let's just say that. If it's that band, I'm almost positive that was Morbid Cruelty. It was Morbid something, but I was thinking it was them, and I liked them, but it was right in the middle, like, probably don't need another band that sounds like this buying it, but definitely an enjoyable listen. Like, if it was the first band I heard, like in my teenage years, first band I heard of that style, I'd be like, holy fuck, this is great. I would have definitely bought it. But at this point, I think I listened to that maybe 3 years ago or so. Sounds about right. So if you're a younger devil, you're looking for newer bands, Morbid Cruelty is one to check out. They're definitely one that it's solid shit for sure. Bullets and Leather. I live in Nashville and met Nathan Burke about 10 years ago, but haven't seen him in about 2. I think he lives in Columbus now. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure he lives in Columbus, Ohio now. And Nashville from Columbus, Ohio, that's got to be a good 8 to 10 hour drive, something like that. He used to tell me that back in the day, black metal was more exciting when you couldn't Google pictures of them and shit. Do you agree? Do you agree the Mystic was better then, or do you think a lot of black metal dudes are dorks either way? Thanks, man. That's a pretty good question. I'll say this. I think any of you guys that are 18, 19, 20, 21, basically, if you're born in 98, 99, 2000, that's the year you were born up, you missed out on a time that you'll never see. And I missed out too, because I think the 80s was the fucking best. I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. I think the prime time to have been born, especially if you like death metal, was around late 60s. Why do I say late 60s? Because you want to be a teenager and at least have a job so where you can afford to go to shows and buy demo tapes and albums. So by 1980, like when fucking like Welcome to Hell and shit was coming out, you would have been, let's say you're born in 67, when 13. So let's say even by 65 would probably been the perfect year to have been born. Because by 80, you would have been fucking, 1980, you would have been 15. So 15, from 1980 to all the way to 92, which is like primo years. You know, if you were able to buy shit and afford it, like those were your teenage years, growing up years of music, you know, just like it was for me. I mean, I started a little bit earlier, but my experience is kind of like not the norm. It's not how it goes because you know I had two older brothers who could drive the shows. I got lucky as where I got employed at age 13. It's kind of a little unheard of. I know other people have too, but it's rare. Usually by 15, if you're 15 and you don't have a job, you're a slack fuck, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Not trying to offend anyone. Just I've always thought that since I was a kid. You're 15, you ain't working. Get your ass to McDonald's. God damn it. Beggars don't beat shooters. You gotta start somewhere. You're just flat out a lazy and slack fuck. I don't give a fuck that you went to school. What the fuck do you think I did? Of course I went to school too. You did both. You go to school in the morning, you go there in the evening. So, anyways, that we have a job to pay for shit. So I missed out on the 80 to fucking, late 90s. I started going to shows in 98, right? So I definitely missed out on that time frame. But you guys that were born in the 2000s on, you definitely missed out on time frame. Nowadays it sucks. I mean, it's still metal's awesome and shit, but it isn't the same. This whole internet crap, and you post your demo first on YouTube, it's fucking stupid for the world to see. Where before, like, just any Tom, Dick, and Harry can hear it. As opposed to like again, even before my time, it truly was actually underground. You know what I mean? You had to actually go buy a physical fucking copy, or somebody had to dub it for you to hear it. You couldn't just check it out, and be like, I didn't really like it, I'm not going to get it or whatever. You had to fucking buy it. You know what I mean? So, and you had to do work and investigation to look at shirts and talk about it, not just these a bunch of fucking nerds just sitting around with their goddamn 4-inch thick glasses searching fucking YouTube and the goddamn internet. It's a bunch of dorks. As far as were black metal guys always a bunch of dorks? Me, probably. I mean, me growing up listening to, the all the extreme shit, I never thought like, let's just use the Norwegian scene since it's very well known for black metal. Never would have thought that they were dorks, Mayhem, Dark Throne, Immortal, Emperor, all them. But when going back and kind of looking at shit and the Lords of Chaos movie, the Lords of Chaos book, looking at photos, I mean, you ever want to get a good laugh? At least I always did. Look at the back of fucking Sodom Obsessed by Cruelty. The guy's fucking, it's a bunch of fucking nerds trying to dress tough. It might be metal as fuck, might be cool as fuck guys. I'm not knocking them. It's just a bunch of fucking nerds that would have been reading Harry Potter books if those were around at the time. So I totally got that goddamn vibe. Yes, as I grew up and looking at it, fucking bunch of nerds. Not that makes it wrong. Sometimes probably the best shit's probably played by goddamn nerds, right? As long as there's true ass metalheads and they're into it. But the nerd thing is, I think that's always been going on. But when you're that age, you're 13, 14, 15, you're just getting into this, and you're looking at stuff when guys were that age, even Obsessed by Cruelty. Obviously, when that came out, obviously, I was one or not even born. When was that? 84, 85? I was born, but when they started that, they were young, is what I'm getting at. So me looking at it, didn't think much of it at the time, but grown ass fucking adult J-Dogs, like it looks at it laughs, kind of, you know what I mean? Same with Mayhem and all that shit. Now I kind of like, that's why I don't know why people, who the hell's taking this shit seriously? Like, I'm not. These a bunch of fucking little 16-year-old, 18-year-old kids, give me a fucking break. What are they going to do? They ain't going to do shit. But because, again, I wasn't in this to be fucking tough. I'm in this because I like music. So, Necropunk. Never seen you in the comments, brah. Yo, J-Dog, what was the best way you're able to manage money buying/collecting all your vinyl, CD, shirts, and all other expenses needed. How were you able to acquire so much when you were younger as a teen without going broke? Also, are you into the Japanese melodic death metal band and testing Balism? Haven't ever heard you mention these dudes before. Understand as fuck and brutally mock as fuck. Never listened to them. We've had them in the shop. Somebody did mention them, and when you said melodic or whatever, I think somebody did say that too. I always just pictured it's gonna be just kind of gore grind stuff, and a lot of the grind stuff that ever came out of Japan, I never really cared too much for. I mean, there's stuff here and there like Butcher ABC I like, but not too much of the grind shit that came out of Japan. It was just kind of like I don't know, just noisy, I guess, or just I don't know, like, just a lot of it I just didn't like, just for whatever reason. So I mean, that's the reason I never checked it out. But now that I think we might be sold out of them now. But if I see it come through and I think of it again, I'll check it out. She's the second person to mention them. And as far as how I had money, kind of like what I said before, had a job since I was 13. You know, don't be a complete dumbass with your money. If you make, bottom line is with everything in life, whatever amount of money you make, you shouldn't be spending more than that. Because you could be a millionaire and be broke. I make $1 million a year. Well, guess what? If you spend $1.1 million a year, you're broke. You know what I mean? So if you make fucking 50 grand a year, don't be spending 55 grand a year. You know what I mean? If you make 50 grand a year, spend 40. Got 10 left over because you're always going to need it for a rainy day. What happens if you get cancer? What happens if you break your leg? What happens if you get something emergency happens? What happens if you need new tires on your car? If you need a new car? Uh, if you own a home, got a leaky fucking roof. Oh, I need to put a new roof on. Oh, okay, great. Well, guess what? That's going to be about 15 grand. Shit like that. Things are going to come up. You're going to need the money. So it's not like, oh, I just have this extra money. It's not doing anything. You're going to need it. It's technically spent. You're just putting it away for when the time comes. So there's that. And when I was younger, as soon as I hit, I was 15. I know I was 15 because I was walking back before I had my license. Way I scheduled it, I was so motivated to fucking work, make money to support my habit, I guess, or just like have money. I worked 7 fucking days a week while in high school. How did I do it? I started working at Burger King when I was 15. And then, and I started there in January, which is my birthday's in January, because you got to be 15 to work at BK. Prior to that, I worked at McDonald's. As soon as I heard Burger King was hiring more money, so I went there. I was working 5 days a week there. I'm like, fuck, I got these goddamn 2 days off. Bullshit. You're making fucking money. So what I did, I went down the road. Didn't have a license yet, but it was walking distance. I just got dropped off. Burger King from the house, my parents' house, wasn't driving distance, but one of my brothers took me up, dropped me off, and then picked me up, or one of my parents, something like that. But anyways, when I was dropped off, so what I did is told Burger King I want to work these 5 days a week, these 5 days of the week. And on Saturday and Sunday, I don't want to work evenings no more. I want to work morning shift, 8 to 4, 8 hours, right? Saturday and Sunday only. And then these 3 days in the evenings, Monday to Friday, because after school, right? The other 2 days off during the week, I went to Pizza Hut, walking distance from BK, from where I worked. Told Pizza Hut I want to work these 2 days during the week, which was the 2 off days of BK, and I want to work Friday and Saturdays and Sundays, 5 p.m. to close. That's what I want to do. So what I did is, so that way on Saturdays and Sundays, I got off of BK at 4, walked over to fucking Pizza Hut, fried up a fucking pizza, got there because I got off at 4 at BK. It was about 10 minutes, took me about 10 minutes to walk there, got there about 10 after 4, so I was 50 minutes early, fired up a fucking pizza. It was free at the time there, at least they didn't say anything. They didn't give a shit, as long as you worked there, whatever, and did a good job, take care. Fried up a fucking pizza, had, a mini lunch, whatever, rest the legs or whatever. Started up at 5 o'clock, worked till close, worked all day Saturday and Sunday. Did that type of shit for years. You're spending that much when you're working all that time too. Not only is money coming in, you're also not spending too much money there because you have no time to go anywhere and spend shit. So it builds up fucking fast. So when you need money for records and shit, you have it. That's what I did. That's why I don't have an excuse. Like when I hear some 15-year-olds, like I don't just going home and playing video games and shit. I mean, dude, you're fucking useless. But I'm sorry to say it, but yeah, if you're not even working, give me a fucking break. You better have a goddamn good excuse, like you're missing both legs or something. Because to me, that's fucking pathetic. Yeah, J-Dog was working 7 goddamn days a week while in high school, goddamn it. So that'll get anyone going. So don't give me that don't got money shit. That'll solve anyone's problem right there. Manuel Schizo did. Sup, J-Dog? Thanks for answering. Question time, goddammit. What's your cutoff for extremity in metal? when a band goes from fucking brutal to hard to listen to. There's 5 replies to him. One guys are saying Spencer King saying the abruptum stylog, but is that even extreme? That's part of it too. So I guess like I have something in my mind. I'm thinking kind of something like the grindcore shit, maybe Severed Records type stuff. Um, but like this guy putting abruptum in stylog, it's not a bad example to put in there because I'm sure people think that's like how's this extreme? It's guys banging on shovels and fucking doing ooh in the hallway. That's literally what I heard, at least with stylog for sure. That's what it was. I'm like, this is fucking stupid. That's not extreme. What's extreme about that? That's just dumb. Who else do people say? Manuel Schizo did. How about gore noise? Yeah, I know most of it's for fun, but bands that took Last Days of Humanity's Putrefaction and Progress and added even more noise or even Death Luck. That's even bands like Last Days. I think the first 2 albums are great. After that, it's all good and extreme, but you could tell they're trying to. The reason I didn't care about the later recordings as much is it seemed like they were more concerned about let's just be the most extreme band or be as extreme as we can and not focusing on writing memorable, good, catchy songs. And that was the problem. So just use them as example, later material about them. But a lot of the Severed Record shit or anything after all that brutal shit after like Devourment, Aborted, Last Days of Humanity, who was all those that real brutal shit of the very late 90s or Disgorge Mexico, Disgorge California, everything post that, the new bands that were coming out of that, not every band, but a lot of them, um, fall into that category of where it's just like, yeah, okay, it's extreme, but all the songs are repetitive as fuck and it's blurring together. Again, not all of them. Like, I guess I always put that Heinous Killings in that fucking category. But I've listened to it recently, and I thought I listened to. I don't even know if I've ever officially listened to back in the day, the Hung and Barbed Wire album, because I didn't recall, and I was like, "This is fucking great." And that was over the top extreme. You could tell that was their mission was to be as brutal as humanly possible. But I was like, I enjoyed it, thoroughly enjoyed it. So there was bands coming out because they were a little bit after. What was that, 2005 or six when that came out? And that's the era I'm talking about. That was the beginning, I guess the beginning and the end, if you want to call it that, when that category was exactly what you're describing. Too extreme. It's not that it's just too extreme. It's like extreme's awesome, but you got to have fucking songs. Like, you know what I mean? Like in the 90s and stuff, all the bands you could tell, early 90s, you had all the bands trying to outdo each other. The Cannibal Corpses, the Suffocations, the Deicides, everybody was trying to outdo each other, but it's like, but they all had good, memorable songs. You know what I mean? Or at least if you thought the song was kind of boring or what, if it wasn't just some mundane blur together bullshit, you know what I mean? It's still at the end of the day, it's supposed to be music and a source of entertainment, not just some background noise. And oh yeah, this is extreme. Yeah, it is, but who the fuck wants to listen to this? So that's my take on it. Andy Zuleta, what's up, Devils and J Dog? What is your favorite shirt or design you just can't let go and wear multiple times? Uh, For me these days, most of my wear multiple times. It's what I do is because I go by what's comfortable, what fits me at what time of the year, whether I'm fucking bulking up, fatting up, or fucking lean down, fucking because the size varies, you know what I mean, and how things look on me and feel. I mean, more so how they feel because I go by for comfort. So it's pretty much the same shit. But a lot of it's all I just own. I guess like I wouldn't buy for the most part. I mean, there's exceptions. Like if a newer band comes out, I'll buy a shirt or get a shirt. But mostly the bands, like I didn't even intentionally do this. I actually thought about it kind of recently. Like I kind of own most of the shirts I own. I don't know if you guys picked up on it when you see the shirts. The shirts I own and stuff that I wear is what you see on camera. I mean, there's a few exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, that's what you see. Um, but what I own is pretty much classics or what I consider classics. Like I don't own a prime example. Let's just say Shed the Skin or Church of Disgust, right? On Hell's Headbangers. Like I like those. I like those albums. I think the releases we did and stuff. But I don't own a shirt by any of those bands. I don't know. I guess I don't even know why. But any bands newer, any band, I just generally don't. There's occasions, maybe at a show or something, maybe just support the band. I sometimes just purposely buy shirts. I'm like, oh, that shirt design's cool, and like I like to help the underground bands out. You know what I mean? buy merch, they drove from God knows where, or fuck, maybe flew in from God knows where. So I'll help them out. So in that sense, I'll buy a shirt. But most of you look at what I'm wearing, it's Dismember, it's Deicide, it's Cannibal Corpse, it's Merciful Fates, Suffocation, Hemorrhage, Impaled, Exhumed, all the stuff I grew up on, like, Caution, Nunslaughter, Repulsion, Sinister. These are the bands, I'm always wearing. I mean, I'm sure in case you guys noticed, Immolation, shit like that. It's, the classic shit. I never, like I said, I actually just thought about that recently. I was like, I guess, like a lot of the newer bands, stuff I like, that's not considered classic yet or whatever, or at least not classic in my mind. And for me, probably never will be classic because I heard it when I'm, well, fuck now, damn 40 years old. So yeah, I like it, but I was like, it's not a classic for me. I just don't think to get a shirt of it, I guess. I mean, I guess, yeah, if I want a shirt of it, there's certain exceptions where I'm just, supporting the band, but mostly it's because I'm a die-hard of it. So most of the time, 99% of the time when you guys see me wearing a shirt or something, that's what I'm die-hard. I'm not just like, yeah, I kind of like it. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's okay. It's like I'm die-hard shit on it. There's got a few exceptions. I'm like, yeah, I like it, but it's vast majority of the time, 99 times out of 100 is fucking die-hard shit. Like, remember, die-hard fucking fan. You know what I mean? So that's how I roll. Anyways, that's it for this one, Devils. Just over the 20-minute mark, goddammit. You know what to do. Comments, questions, concerns, put it in the fucking goddamn box, and I'll get them answered bright and early. See you tomorrow, goddammit. Later.